Hey everybody, this is Brady and Tyson with Golf Ascending, and today we're doing a round with a test. We are going to play an entire round without doing any practice swings at all. We want to see if our scores improve or decline based on our average score and see if it's a good thing. Because a lot of people, when they do a practice swing, well, a lot of people complain that it takes a lot of time and people take too many practice swings. Other people say, hey, I just wasted my really good swing on a practice swing, then they go to hit and it's a terrible hit. So we just want to take that all out, but there are negatives to it. What are some of the negatives?
You know, I'm thinking to beginning with this test that we're gonna have some issue if there's a ball that's on uneven ground. A lot of times you kind of want to feel where that ball is with a practice swing.
Yep.
Even if it's just one, just to clip that grass underneath you. You know, that's the big thing that I see. Potentially your first swing, get those first jitters out of the way, stretch out a little bit. I bet we're gonna be really cold off the first tee.
Yeah, so let's see what happens. Let's see how we do and if it's a good idea or a bad idea. First tee shot, no practice swing. Tyson had an awesome 5-iron shot, rolled off the green up on this hill, which will be a pretty difficult up and down chip with no practice shot. Let's see how this goes. Practice swing. That ends up being pretty good.
All right, so as you can see right here, Brady's a little downhill, downslope, and sloped a little bit to the right. So normally I would take a practice shot on this one just to know where my club was. That's pretty good. Go in the hole. Oh. So this hole I generally try to take 3-wood just because my drive just sets me up where I don't want to be. Generally I take a lot of practice swings here. This is going to be interesting. So 3-wood's a club I've been practicing. Not super comfortable with it yet, but here we go. That's a good shot. Good? Yep, right down the middle. It's had a nice little baby draw.
All right, so the first hole I lost 3 balls. Oh wait, no, it was 2 balls. We ended up finding the third. So that did not go well. Keep in mind, we did not go to the range. We have taken no practice swings at all from the very beginning. I ended up getting a 9 on the par 5, and Tyson bogeyed the first 2 holes. I bogeyed the second hole, but he had the drop on both holes actually. So him coming out with a bogey on both was actually quite impressive. So let's see how this goes going forward.
That's tailing a little bit, but safe.
Dang, that was a good hit, but it went right.
That's nice. Be the distance. Sit. It's a great shot.
Great.
It's not a bad attempt right there.
right, Tyson just got rewarded the worst lie of all time.
I've never had anything like this. This is probably number one, top worst.
But it's terrible. Let's see how he does. No practice swings.
I'd watch out. I'm gonna do some Phil magic.
Phil magic. Oh no! 190 yard par 3. Right there. So close. All right. This could be our first pars of the round with no practice swings. All right, hey guys, so we finished the challenge with doing no practice swings for 9 holes. And honestly, I had a pretty good score. I hit around my average and the good side of my average. So not having those practice swings didn't seem to affect my game that much, except for the first hole. That's where I lost 2 balls. I almost lost 3, barely found it. Because we didn't take any swings before. We didn't hit up the range, nothing. So it was just going in cold. So the first hole was a difficult one. It was like a 9. And then the rest I averaged pretty good. Usually about bogey or par. So it felt pretty good. And I think I would rather that I could have that practice shot on the difficult lies and for chips, because chips, those are the ones I really want to get a good feel on how the ball's going to come out of the grass. But other than that, I had a great score, so I can't complain. It was my average, so I wouldn't say it made my game worse, and it probably didn't make my game much better, but it was pretty good, average.
For me, I can't say the same thing. And what was interesting is actually going into this challenge, I thought that I wasn't going to have the biggest issue with it because I don't take as many practice swings as Brady does, generally. It's usually, one off the tee box just to get a feel for that shot. And then, just those kind of weird lies. I don't take practice swings on the green when I putt. I just line it up and I just kind of feel the pace when I putt. And actually, that's the part of the game that didn't affect me at all. My putting was really good. It actually saved me. Yeah. But man, those tee shots, I have issues in my game when I can't get the ball in play. So when I'm having to take those drops off the tee box, that's where I have the issue. Another thing that I wish I had the practice swing for was when I was attempting to do like a stinger or a low flighted ball. It's a little bit different than your normal swing. And so when you're attempting to, make that change, you kind of want to get a feel for what it's going to be like instead of just going cold turkey. All right, stinger swing. Yeah. And we play in a course where there's a lot of wind. And so that shot did come up a lot. But yeah, overall, I think I finished 5 strokes, 5 or 6 over what I normally hit. And another thing too, I think it might have just been a mental block. I think, you telling me that I couldn't do something in the back of my head, it was just in my head. And I was like, if only I had a practice swing, but like the practice swing probably didn't do anything. Yeah. But yeah, overall, interesting challenge. I think it is something that, at least take into consideration, do you actually need to take a practice swing on every single shot? Yeah. And I think what we both learned was the answer is no. You don't need to. I mean, once you get going on your round, like we were saying to begin with, you might lose that perfect stroke that you had if you do take that extra swing. Yeah. So, yeah.
I think, with Tyson, when he said it got in his head, when those first shots off the tee are bad, then it really gets in your head because then you're like, oh, now I'm super short, and then it really becomes a super mental game and can kind of mess things up. But yeah, I did find that the next 9 that we played, I didn't want to take as many practice shots because I was like, you know what, I'm pretty fine with it. But again, there are those shots where it's like, you know what, it's good to do it. So it's good to have a mix, but at the same time, we also know that not taking as many practice shots also helps the pace of the game, which a lot of people complain about in the game of golf.
Yeah. So if you guys like the video, make sure to subscribe and also like it, and then stay tuned for future content that we've got.
Yep. Thanks for watching.